Hello and welcome everybody to this impromptu live stream event. So today we're here to talk about our upcoming series of Activist.
Yay, it's been a while. Hello everyone, by the way. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Yes, Activist, it's been a while since we have had a new episode. But we have got one coming very, very soon. And we thought we would give you the heads up so you know where and when to tune in.
Yes, so Activist has been on a bit of a hiatus over these last few months. It's probably been over 6 months since we finished season 2 of it. For anybody who hasn't been watching the Activist series, it is on our YouTube channel, as well as we've also got it now in podcast format on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, I believe a few other podcasting
all over the place, wherever good podcasts are found.
Yes, wherever the good podcasts are found, as they say. So yeah, we've got Activists. The next chapter is coming. Finally, we've been putting in a lot of hard work into trying to make it as big, bright, and as special as possible. So we have what is episode 43 in the series. I can't believe it's
neither. People really been putting up with us that long.
Wow. How do you guys do it?
Thank you, George. You lovely chap. Thank you. We love you guys too.
It's been a crazy old adventure doing the Activist podcast, and we've got to speak to so many fantastic activists from around the world and have so many great insights. And I hope for followers of the series, you've been gaining those insights too in how we can be more effective, more efficient activists and have our voice for the animals amplified and empowered. And so this is what this series is all about, is making us stronger advocates for the animals. And so we've got Lex Rigby is going to be the first episode of the new series. Now, I should go and say, from here on out, the plan is with Activists is that it's going to be going all year, and we're going to be doing one episode a month, as opposed to what we've previously done, where we've done multiple episodes throughout the month and done. Usually we do about 20 episodes for the series. You guys don't get to see the behind the scenes. We go mental during the process because we just record back to back and we're just producing and putting them out. This year round, though, we really just want to make sure that every episode we put out there is as fine-tuned as possible. I'm spending weeks in this chair here prepping these episodes. So when you go to watch them, we have activist strategies and tips, which will come up on the screen. So you can see the most important messages our speakers are talking about. Also advocacy steps as well. So it's not just a case of listen to this interview, get a few tips. It's a case of here are some strategies of things I can get involved with and get out there advocating, because this is so important. We love everybody who goes vegan, everybody who chooses a more compassionate lifestyle, but we want to hear those voices out there.
Absolutely. And, we get to speak to some amazing people. And I have to say, for Gareth, I might be a bit biased, but he has been working really hard. And this is not just your average Zoom interview that we've all come to what do they call it? Zoom fatigue or something. It's not like that. Gareth has been working super crazy hard on creating a really visual experience, an audio experience, and also, ultimately a learning experience. And one thing that we love in the point of Activists is it all kind of started because, based in New Zealand, we're kind of tagged as being the animal agriculture capital of the world, which sucks. No. And, there are a lot of us working really hard over here to change that. It's not the case. And so we wanted to highlight a lot of the grassroots activists and people that, from around the world, others may not know anything about, but really need to. And these activists deserve to have their voices heard because it's so important. And it's something that's just grown and grown. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, if you haven't been to watch our archives before, go to the YouTube channel. Our first interview ever was Patrick Baboumian. We had never interviewed anybody before, and we had to interview Patrick Baboumian. He gave us 12 hours notice, bless his heart. We were were blimmin' terrified, and he was the loveliest guy. And as Gareth said, I mean, one of the reasons that we're doing one episode a month now of Activist is because it takes a long time to really perfect it and make it the best visual audio experience it can be, but also because we're doing a lot more lives now. We're doing a live every week, and we're still a really small team, and we can only do so much.
Yeah, I think it's one of the things that isn't really shown a lot of the time is that Vegan FTA, we are a very small organization in our core team, and we have I am so grateful and thankful to be part of this small team. But together we're creating wonderful things. Well, hopefully they're wonderful. I hope you all love them as much as we love them. But you know, we're all putting our hearts and souls into this, and yeah, this series has been sort of it's sort of been our little baby that we sort of nurtured, and we're just so excited to see this next chapter coming. I've been doing a lot of the work for, hopefully you're going to enjoy the graphics. That's been my little plaything at the moment, is trying to make sure it's really eye-catching and visual with things.
We have a list so long as well. I mean, that's another reason that we're not even bothering to have a series anymore that finishes. We have a list so long of guests that we want to talk to. So we're like, you know what? We'll just keep doing it. We'll just keep going and going and going. So if you guys have any suggestions of activists that you would like to see in the series, you know, then be warned, there may be a bit of a wait because we've got a lot to get through. But, you know, we would love your suggestions. Who else have we got coming on?
Yeah,
we've got Lex Rigby. We'll start with Lex in case you haven't heard of Lex before.
So Lex Rigby is Viva UK, the charity. George, you'll probably know them, being over in the UK. And yes, if we get over there, we'll descend on you.
You will know. You will know.
We're coming to get you, mate. So yeah, UK charity Viva. So Lex is the head of investigations, and so this first episode of this new series,
the new thing,
activist series.
Yeah.
Lex talks about undercover investigations, and we start off talking about a bit of her life on sort of Sea Shepherd. She spent, crikey, how many years was it?
A few, wasn't it?
Crikey, I've been editing too much, too many things. She spent a lot of time on the Sea Shepherd ships, and so she speaks a bit about that and that whole thing. And we also provide ways that you can get involved with Sea Shepherd through the episode. But then we go into Viva and their investigations. And for anybody who hasn't seen any of their investigation work, please do go over to the website and check it out, because they're doing such important, crucial work there, getting what's unseen out there. But Lex talks about, you know, how she got involved with it, how each of us can get involved, how things like tip-offs from the public have led to some of their biggest campaigns.
Things, yeah.
And there's just so many great strategies and tactics from that episode, which hopefully all of us can bring into our lives, and also hopefully share even with our non-vegan friends and families, like things like the tip-off sort of strategy. Because so many of us will walk past farms, we'll see things, and unless someone is advising some of these charities, some of these investigation sort of hubs, you know, they may not get found. And so
it's a case of, if you think something's wrong, then it probably is.
Yeah. So Lex Rigby, she's the first episode coming up, and it is a fantastic one. I'm really happy to see how it comes out. Then next, I'm currently working on the next episode, which is Ondine Sherman from Voiceless, and that's a Australian organization. They focus on education and bringing animal law into universities. And so this whole category of, all animals, they need a good lawyer at the moment, because our current systems are set against them. And so she speaks about, you know, bringing those things into these educational establishments, what it really means for our movement, for the animals, for everyone, by having people focusing on this specific sort of area. But also, like, we get some wonderful insights into her history and activism, even with the coalition against duck hunting in Australia there, and how she was out on the lake trying to rescue ducks while she's got hunters shooting all around her. And so some little exciting moments like that within the episode. And then after that, we have...
I was going to say, actually, she's a great speaker. We loved talking to her. And to give you an idea of the impact of Ondine's work that she's been doing all these years, when she started, there was just one university that was studying, that offered animal law as you know, a genre to study. And now there are 17 universities which offer animal law. And this is because of Ondine and her organization. So she's great to watch and learn from. Yeah. And yes, you can talk about number 3 now. I just wanted to get that in because she does amazing stuff. Yeah.
And actually, I'll just during the episode, like I never thought I'd be so interested in actual law and actually even the possibility of studying law. But after speaking to Ondine, it was just like, oh, actually, have I got enough time in the day? No, I don't have enough hours in the day to do what I normally do. But if I had more hours in the day, I know exactly where I'd want to be going to study and, you know, being as effective as I can be by getting involved with this. So the very exciting episode to come up. After that, we have Jake Conroy, as some people might know him, the cranky vegan. So he's going to be episode number 3. And we had a great discussion about sort of his past with the Shack campaigns, you know, Stop Huntington Animal Cruelty, which is quite topical, I think, at the moment. Although it's going to be a couple of months down the line by the time it comes out. Just with everything that's happened with the NBR Beagles and all that sort of campaign and stuff. If you're not up to date with it, keep an eye on our page. We'll have news about the closing of a couple of breeding labs and all sorts of stuff that's happening right now. But we speak about that and sort of get really grassroots targeting with our campaigns, how we choose to go about things with our direct action. So he's a great one for a bit of a strategist around the movement because he's been part of these really disruptive campaigns in the past, and now he's able to sort of reflect on that and bring it to the fore. And so that's going to be a really fun episode. Jake was a right laugh to chat with as well. A lot of fun. Yeah, and so I'm not going to go into too many more of the future episodes. We have some of our interviews booked and planned, but I know for anyone who followed us during the first season and second season, we had a lot of interviews booked at the start, and then some of them didn't end up happening, or certain there's one file that got completely corrupted, so that one interview got lost. And so I don't want to go ahead and say we're going to have this, that, and the other coming until we've actually got it locked in and fully edited and prepped for you guys, because I know we did previously plan to have John Joseph coming on. We previously talked with him, but then things have changed since then. So we haven't.
He's a very busy guy.
Yeah, very busy guy. And there's been a lot of tangents in the way. So, you know, we want to make sure that when we bring you news about folks coming on the show, it's going to actually happen.
And be current and be up to date.
Yeah, be current, up to date.
Yeah, not done like ages ago. So it will be great. And we've got a really, really diverse selection and cross section of
we're trying to make sure with our topics, you know, we're keeping them quite broad, but going into some very important ones as we've already discussed now. So we've got Lex with undercover investigations, we've got Ondine with animal law, we've got Jake with direct action and sort of like those sort of more disruptive sort of elements. And so we really want to make sure, as always on Vegan FTA, we're giving you the broad spectrum of activism, giving you all the tools for the toolbox. So that then when we're ready, we can throw the whole toolbox at somebody, use whatever strategies are needed to help not just find animal rights, but animal liberation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So while you wait, and if you haven't seen or heard the episodes before, you can go and check out our archives. As Gareth said, we've got 42 episodes so far to catch up on.
Yes.
You'll see who they all are. I could reel them off, but just, it's better for you to go and see. And yeah, you can subscribe to the podcast as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be kept up to date now as each new Activist episode goes up on video. It will also be uploaded to the podcast as well.
Yeah. So when is the next episode coming? It's going to be on the 21st, which is tomorrow for us. I believe it's tomorrow for most of you, actually. So yeah, it's going to be airing on 21st of June, and that is at 7 p.m. CST, if I'm following the thing, and then 10 a.m. PDT, 1 p.m. EDT, and 6 p.m. BST. So for anybody around the world, hopefully you can find one of those time zones that is relevant to you. So, of course, CEST is Central European Standard Time. We have Pacific Daylight Time, Eastern Daylight Time, and British Summertime.
I've got my hot water bottle here. You lucky lot in UK, honestly.
we're currently in New Zealand wintertime. So,
it's quite chilly.
Yeah, it's a global launch. It's going to be coming out at those times. That day, it's going to be on our YouTube channel, which there is a link in the description that you can go and subscribe. If you hit the bell notification, you will get notified when it goes live, and also all of our other videos, if you so wish. And then also on the podcast platforms, it'll be going up there at the exact same time. And please, if you're enjoying the show, make sure you on YouTube leave a like and a comment for the algorithm. That'll be fantastic. Also, any feedback on it, I'd love to know what you guys think. If I've made some huge editing blunder, let me know. I probably have. I look at it for like 100 odd hours, so
we could make an activist episode out of bloopers alone, couldn't we?
There's a lot of bloopers I have to.
We might share those with you
one day. And then if you're a listener on the podcast format, then please leave a rating. However many stars, if you think it's 1, if you think it's 5, whatever you think is relevant. We just love and really appreciate any support and feedback. We really love everyone tuning in here today as well, and seeing from Belgium, the UK, Alabama, everywhere. You know,
guys are so lovely, and I tell you what, it's a vegan thing, isn't it? I know we were talking about this in a live last week, that not everyone is naturally nice because they're vegan. You know, a lot of us are great to animals and not so nice to people, and that's fine. But one of the things that we love in all of our interviews, even if we haven't met these people before, which most of the time we haven't because there's thousands of miles between us, they always feel like old friends at the end of it. And you know, look at you guys, you're so lovely. Thank you so much for all your support. We so grateful to have you following us.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to inform you about the series. If anyone has any questions, shoot them in soon, and before I end this thing, and we'll try and answer them however we can. But it's looking to be a really good series this time round. I've gone back and actually updated. If anybody tried to listen to our podcast of the previous episodes earlier, I'd uploaded the wrong type of audio file previously, and so the quality was terrible. So I've gone back and actually updated all of them. I spent a day just going through these files, which when there's 41, two of them to go through, it took a lot of time, but all those have been updated, so the quality should be good on all of them now. For future episodes, we're always trying to improve, always trying to crank up the quality as much as possible.
We always reckon we've got faces for radio anyway, don't we? So, I mean, if you can't bear to look at us, then please tune in on the podcast.
Yeah. And for anybody like myself, you know, whilst you're cooking, it's a good one you can have on in the background and just sort of learn some new stuff. And it's just lovely having the stories from some of these activists. I always feel a bit cliche starting off our episodes, learning about people's vegan sort of stories, but there's just such a wide variety of them, and it just gives you so many different points of insight into where we can approach other friends, family members, general public. You know, if we've learned that somebody can relate in this way, well, maybe someone else can as well. Maybe that's a similar seed can be planted.
They're so diverse, aren't they? I always find listening to people's stories give me hope, because a lot of them come from avenues that you just would never imagine. Lex has got a great story. Dean has got a great story. So yeah, absolutely tune in.
Yeah, and actually, something I am developing at the moment. We're trying to figure out. We've got some testing to do still, but hopefully we'll be bringing a bit of a merch range as well. Actually, I wonder if I can actually bring up.
Don't we all love activist gear? You can never get enough vegan or activist gear, can you?
No, and usually we tend to go to our good friends at Anti-Carnist. They are one of our.
We have to get ours from UK, yeah.
Yeah, or Defender of Animals. They actually do these T-shirts. Actually, if you did actually want. This is what I've deemed our workwear, but I'm more than happy to see that out and about and everywhere. And it's on the Defender of Animals website. Maybe I can actually add a link into that.
Vegan FTA range for us at Defender of Animals. You can get vegan FTA tote bags and some great. This is not the only option that you can get.
Excuse my mug going right into the camera because I'm trying to do stuff on the computer.
Scary man. It's also got Defender of Animals on the back. Yeah, they've got some wonderful designs, but they were kind enough to do a whole vegan FTA range, which we will share with you now.
In the comments now.
We can get stickers. You can get vegan FTA stickers, hoodies, singlets going into summer, as you lucky people are in the Northern Hemisphere. And yeah, we'll just share that with you now.
Yep, choose in the comments thing now. But yeah, so yeah, we've got this range here with Defender of Animals, but we are also actually developing right now a vegan FTA merch sort of thing for the series, especially. I'm going to try and bring up the design because I think it's really cool. I hope other people think it's cool. But for Lex Rigby, one of her favorite animals, not to be speciesist, is whales. So we've created a T-shirt around that.
Yeah, basically the idea is, I mean, we're yes, singlets are tank tops, Marianne. Yeah. Sorry. It's a Kiwi thing. I never used to call them that either. But basically the idea of the merchandise, as well as that, you know, a lot of us do have a favorite kind of form of activism that we like to support, and also a favorite kind of animal. I mean, I love all animals, but you know, we do have our favorites. And so it's kind of, you know, you can wear your beliefs, you can wear your passions on you, which is it's great. And so Gareth's got some brilliant design concepts coming up, which we are looking forward to sharing with you very much.
Which I'm looking forward to in my
not find them.
Here we go. In my millions of files. Here's just
bear with us. It's still
bear with. It's just a rough mock-up at this stage. So we are still working on the design, but hopefully folks can see that. Can we see that? Yes. So yeah, well, there's a red version as well, which I personally like the red version more. But in order to find this, it'll take me another half an hour to find. But yeah,
the red one is very cool too.
We're working on these sort of things to also tie into the activist episodes, and they're going to have activist on the back, so that then you can also
you can tell everyone that you're an activist. You know, we always say, how do you know someone is vegan? They'll tell you. Well, why not tell them we're an activist as well? You know, double whammy.
Yeah, so it's all a lot of exciting stuff at the moment. We're just working around the clock trying to get this all finished and sorted, whilst also doing our live series as well in the weeks in between. We also have panels coming as well. Actually,
free panel. We've got all sorts coming up.
I should have named this thing differently because we've got all sorts in the works. A lot of stuff I don't think I can quite announce just yet. We're still tinkering on things, but we have panels coming. First one is going to be the cruelty-free one, and that is going to be at the end of the month.
Yes, next week. Next week. We've got our first panel. Which is great. We've got a fantastic lineup for that, and that is all about cruelty-free cosmetics. Why we need to be cruelty-free and vegan. We've got some brilliant experts to share their insights and things we probably rather not know, but that we need to know and need to get out there to make sure people make informed and compassionate decisions.
Yeah. So it's
and we've got a great live coming up this week with Sarah Kidd.
Yeah.
Sarah Kidd has her book. I haven't got a book here, but she has the most beautiful vegan baking book. Sarah is larger than life. She's bright. She's breezy. She is absolute leader of her field. So, I can't bake. Like not vegan baking. Once upon a time I used to think I was a great baker, but vegan baking is something that's quite hard to master. And Sarah is the one to learn from. Her book is absolutely beautiful.
Isn't the vegan
Vegan Baking Bible? It's a bestseller on Amazon right now, and she will be joining us from Australia. She is fantastic, and her book, just wait till you see it.
Yeah, I was salivating reading it, and so
it's amazing.
It's a nice way to sort of break up our week of animal rights activism, animal rights activism, animal rights activism, animal rights activism, and then cake. So come in and have a cake break with us later in the week. And so just something interesting to check out. For me, I used to do a lot of baking when I was younger, and so that was often the place where we put so much eggs, dairy, all sorts of corpse products and other animal things into it. And so it's amazing to see what she's able to create and what you'll be able to create as well if you choose to get yourself the book and stuff like that. And so
looking forward to showing you that very much.
I think one last thing as well I should probably get onto as well is, if you didn't see it already, the plant-based ambassador certification training event. And so we did a live with
Kathleen Gage,
Peter Goldstein, and Dr. Angela Crawford. I think that's pinned at the top of our Facebook page. We did a great interview with them and just talking about the upcoming event and how you can become a certified grassroots ambassador. And so this course is all about bringing together all the elements. So not just animal sphere, but also the climate and the health sphere. All sort of the holistic thing, bringing that all together so that then you can go out and advocate and also, have on your business, have all these sort of things that you are certified in, sort of advocating in this sort of area. It's a really great course. Please go check out the interview. We have a link to buy. It is a paid event, and we have a link to buy the tickets there. If you use that link, it gives a kickback to Vegan FTA as well.
Yes,
so it helps
supporting our activism at the same time.
Yeah, helps us with our animal advocacy. So you can support yourself, invest in your own vegan outreach, your vegan business, whatever it is that you're doing, and at the same time support activism for us, and also just a great program that they're doing. I believe the tickets are $38 or something.
That's not bad then. It's an in-person event as well. If you're in Cleveland, Ohio, it's an in-person, but it's also going to be brought to us virtually, and you get the accreditation at the end of it. And it's a great way to reach people as well, to learn how to reach people, because I think that's something that so many of us struggle with, about just getting shut down by friends and family, people that we really care about, that just we just don't know how to get through to them and just don't want to listen. So they have really got some some expert advice.
As I say, check out the talk, because we talk in depth, and they've got I think they've got 2 psychologists there. They've got a couple of
Dr. John McDougall is a keynote speaker. He's the opening speaker from Starch Solution.
Just so many sort of experts. And so I think especially with for me, the psychology thing always is really interesting, just in how to connect with people. And so a lot of valuable information there, so that's well worth checking out. But I suppose we'll start wrapping this up. Let everyone get on with their. I think it's evenings in most places. Otherwise, for us out here, it's early morning. But yeah, once again, so Activist, it's coming.
It's coming very soon. Tomorrow.
Very soon. Tomorrow, 25th June. I see the ticker on the bottom of the thing that they're running away from me at the moment. Oh, here they come again. With the times that it's going to be. So if this isn't shown, if none of your time zones are there, just pop one of those into one of your time converter apps like Savvy Time or something like that. See where it's going to be for you folks. But otherwise, it's going to be up on our YouTube, up on our Spotify and our Apple Podcasts and everything like that. So please do go check it out. Please leave me some feedback. If I've made any huge blunders during it, we'd just love to hear from you. We hope you learn as much as we did from those episodes. And we really appreciate everyone tuning in today to hear us ramble on about it and all of our other crazy projects that we got going on right now.
Yep, it's a big year, big year, and it's just going to keep getting bigger and better. So thank you for joining us. Hope to see you. I was going to say Thursday. It's Thursday for us. It's Wednesday for you guys for our live with Sarah Kidd. Please come and share some cake with us, some virtual cake.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic. So thank you all for tuning in. Please go check out the new season of Activist as it comes out.
We hope you enjoy.
Enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are. Thank you for being vegan. Thank you for being for the animals. And thank you for helping us to create this vegan world. So enjoy.
Till next time.